Fortune Friday Ask Me Anything series. I'm Priyanka Bhatia from Women on Wealth, and today I have come in with some questions that you all have sent, and I'm getting straight on to answering them right away, right now. For some reason, I don't know why my Instagram video goes so dark. I am unable to fix the colors, and every time I come on Instagram it's a different color. I go on Facebook, it's a different color. I just thought I will share what's coming to my mind. It's important, right? It's important because you guys see a really darker me in the Insta lives, while a different color shows up on Facebook. Hi Shujana, welcome. So lovely to have you. What an absolute privilege. I mean, I am seeing you, meeting you after so long. Where were you all these days? Are you okay? Hello everyone, warm welcome, and everybody who's joined in. Do share that you are around. Let me know before I jump into the questions. Shall we? Okay, let's see. I will wait. You could say hi, hello, good morning, good evening, whatever it is in your part of the city, country, you can operate from there. Well, in our country, in India, I'm in Delhi especially, and it is good evening. Hi Kaveri, welcome. Yes, hi again. This is amazing. Okay, so I am beginning. Okay, the first question I have is from Preeti Parashar, and Preeti is saying, I can't save anything. Please help from where to start. Okay, so Preeti, what I want to say is, number one, I want to acknowledge you. It is not easy to say I can't save anything. The most difficult thing to do is really acknowledging what is so. Acknowledging where we are right now with our lives. So first of all, I want to truly acknowledge you for acknowledging yourself, acknowledging what's so with your finances right now. You can't save anything, you're saying, and well, that's a big challenge if you have financial goals, and well, all of us have financial goals. So it's a big challenge, and yes, it is critical that you overcome this challenge, because if this challenge persists, the cost that you're going to pay is that you're not going to reach your financial goals. So always, once you've acknowledged your challenge, the next step is to look at what is the cost that I'm going to pay if I don't address this challenge. What is the impact that is going to be there if I don't address this challenge? A lot of us, we don't look at the impact, right? We don't really look at how our life is affected because of that challenge. And that's why a lot of us don't take actions, and sometimes we feel it's fine to not take as much action and life just goes on. So one of the important aspects is to make sure that you're aware of the cost you're paying. Is it your peace of mind? Is it not reaching your financial goals? Is it losing time, losing opportunities, losing money, losing your respect, identity, losing some relationships? So pointing out the cost to yourself may get you into action. And then the next step is, okay, why do I want to save? Always start with why you want to overcome a certain challenge that you have in your life. Like, what will become possible if you overcome this challenge? Like, will peace of mind become possible? A new life, a different life will become possible, because if you keep repeating your past, you will have more of the past. So will a different life, a new life shows up? Write that down. What will become possible, right? What is it that you really want? Why do you want it? Write that down. Okay, and then start writing. Okay, start writing each rupee that comes in and goes out of your life. When you write down each rupee that comes in and goes out of your life, what happens? You build financial consciousness. And when you build financial consciousness, that helps you build financial intelligence. And that financial intelligence helps you make educated decisions. It helps you make conscious decisions with money. Most of us have automatic responses, right? Because we've seen our parents spend money in a certain way. Our siblings, our immediate environment, there's a certain way we saw when we were growing up on how money was taken care of, treated, saved, spent, invested, etc. A lot of those habits or ways of thinking we've adopted. They might be unconscious. So it is critical that we break out of those old molds. How do we break out? It's by building our financial consciousness. Inside of saving money, if you start writing down each rupee that comes in, goes out, I have noticed in my community with all the women who've done our courses, in the first month, right in the first month, by doing this exercise, they increase their savings rate by at least 25%. So that is what becomes possible. So get into action. Now that you've gotten a little sneak peek into the work, get into action. Because again, you can listen to the suggestion I gave, follow it for 2 days and then not follow it. It's not going to make a difference. You got to listen in and then implement for many, many months or years to come. Like for me, I have the last 15 years worth of money in, money out written properly in my Excel files. Yes, so I want to repeat this. 15 years worth of money in, money out written in my sheets. A lot of us, we will, kind of think that, oh, somebody has created wealth. It's because they had some good luck. Not really. It's because we all worked hard for it. And can you work hard for it as well? That's the thing. Okay, let's now go to the second question. Hi Kadlak. Hi Mukta. Okay, Cadillac, I don't know your name. It will be brilliant to have your name, please. Shujana, you were caught up with life and you're glad to be back. I'm glad. This is interesting that you're back. Okay, this live video is showing me that it is getting connected. I trust I'm back. Let's see. I think so. Okay, there's a certain setting that I've done to help me look less darker in this video. I trust it helps, okay? Yeah, because I want you guys to be able to see me. I was looking just so dark in the video. Let's see if this works. So Cadillac is asking how to have a business plan. How to have it is to write it. You got to write your business plan. So before starting a business, everybody must write a business plan. And even if you've started, you've not written it, every successful business that you know has a written business plan, which is always work in progress. So make sure that you have this document written, and here are some starting points that I can give you. The first aspect, the most important aspect of a business plan is identifying your target audience. So who is your target audience? That's number one. Who is your target audience? Example, like for Women on Wealth, you can't say that every woman is our target audience. No. It's not everybody right now. We only have English speaking courses right now. So our target audience are women who understand English, who can speak English, write English. They're mostly in cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune, Chennai, Kerala. Yeah. So most of them have moved from B towns into cities, and they are mostly educated women. If you see 85% of our women in our community, they are all postgraduates. So on and so forth, right? They are earning a certain amount of money. They are facing certain kind of challenges. So the first important aspect when it comes to business plan is identifying who your target audience is. You can't give a blanket statement that everybody is my target audience. No, that cannot be. So sit down, identify your target audience. If you don't know who your target audience is, it's best to prepare a questionnaire, okay, and do some market research to figure who your target audience is. Okay, who are the people, who are the kind of people who are interested in products and services like yours? And then identify what is the problem that this target audience is facing. Okay, what's the problem that they are facing? Example, most women who are coming to Women on Wealth, they are living paycheck to paycheck, or they find it difficult to save, or they don't know how to pick good quality investments. They're dependent on their father, husband, broker for their investments. Some of them, they are like dependent on brokers and they've lost money, or they feel lost when it comes to money. They lack knowledge of finances, knowledge or understanding of investments. So now there are specific challenges that I'm talking about here. So for your business, you need to figure what is that specific problem that your target audience has, and then write down what is the solution that you are providing. Example, our solutions are our courses, community, all the Facebook and Instagram lives that we do to support, the book club, right? There's a strong community culture that we've built, especially at Women on Wealth. So these are some of the solutions, and we've built it only for women so that women can talk in a safe space among themselves, and there is support that is available. So when you're Cadillac, when you're saying how to have a business plan, then you need to write it. And I invite you to begin with these three first aspects, most basic aspects of a business plan first. And then once you've written them, at least the first draft, come back to me, okay? Just DM, and we will be happy to support you further. The third question I have is from Christy. Okay, Christy is writing, would it be wise to not go for safe instruments like Public Provident Fund and National Pension Scheme instead of choosing good quality mutual funds and stocks? Okay, Christy, number one correction I want to do is National Pension System, NPS, is not a safe instrument, because most of us are investing a significant portion of our money into equities through NPS. So whenever word equity comes, it's not safe. That's number one. So yes, Public Provident Fund is absolutely a safe instrument, but NPS is not. So now if I talk about PPF, you're generating a 7.1% rate of return right now. In NPS, say majority of your money, if you're investing in equities, easily over the last some years, you would have generated a 10% plus rate of return. So yes, you can use these two instruments. And I'm assuming, since you're talking about NPS, you're talking about retirement, okay? Because this is a pension scheme and you're getting a pension only after you retire. So there is a significant portion that you're getting at 60 or whenever you take the money out, plus the rest you're getting as pension. And PPF is also, there's a lock-in period for 15 years, 15. So I'm assuming that you're talking about your retirement. So I'm assuming that your goal is retirement. Now when your goal is retirement, and you have at least 15 years, because PPF, at least that's the kind of lock-in period which is there, then, if PPF is generating 7.1, then stocks and mutual funds can generate very high returns. In our community, our investors, women investors who are doing knowledgeable investing, easily they are generating 12 to 15% rate of return on good quality mutual funds. And when it comes to stocks, then there are women who are generating even 18 to 20% year on year. So the returns, if you see in the long run, for long-term goals are huge in good, well identified mutual funds and stocks. So, when the returns are so high, what happens is in the long run, you don't need to save that much. So the pressure of saving aggressively comes down when you invest in good quality investments in mutual funds and stocks which give high returns. So you can actually choose all these four instead of making a choice of PPF, NPS. Why not select all of them and pick best quality and keep investing, right? So that's how I would say it works in the long term. Never ever invest in fixed income instruments for the long term because they don't beat inflation. Like PPF is hardly beating inflation. 7.1% is the rate of return. So make a combination. Create a bouquet of investments, bouquet of categories, and then go ahead and invest. That is what I would say you should do. Okay, anybody here? Any questions you have that I could answer for you? I am here for the next 2-3 more minutes before I close because I have a live coming with a women's community at 5. So I'm here for 2-3 more minutes. Any questions? I'm happy to take. Hi Ritu, welcome. Okay, anybody here who wants to also acknowledge their presence? I know a lot of you are watching, but you've not told me that you're watching. So I would actually invite you to share that you're watching. And meanwhile, I can have some fun with all these, these options that you get. Okay. This is getting me some mustache too. Okay. This one I've used specially with the hugely dark videos that were coming. Hi Arokya, welcome. Isn't Instagram more interesting? I think so in the lives. Because, you get all these options to kind of have some fun with. Yeah, Arokya, I'm glad I made you, laugh. Hi Christy, welcome. I trust you got your answer. You sent in the question. So this one is doing some twinkling. Okay, let's see more. Okay, I'm going to have some fun out here. Yeah, amicable Aditi, thank you so much for acknowledging me as the amazing person. Well, I don't really know. Thank you for all this acknowledgement. I just come and I think, even when we started Women on Wealth, it was just about let's help women, let's change the scenario that we operate from. Can we make this world a little different, a little interesting? And I think, yes, we are making it. You're doing our bit, and thank you to all of you who are joining in and having some fun with us and really changing the scenario on how women are seen in the world. Christy, yes, okay, you joined in a little late, you will rewatch. Sure, thank you so much. Thank you for sending in your question. I'm glad you sent it and I could help you. It is such a privilege. And I'm meanwhile trying some more interesting stuff. This was horrible. Well, yeah, the one I just used, I don't even know what they're called, but this was horrible, the one I just used. Okay, thank you so much for having some fun with me. What I want to say is finance is not boring. It is us. Yeah, it is us who are boring or interesting and whoever we are will make the subject what it is. So yeah, let's have some fun together. Christy, thank you so much. Love those smileys. Kaveri is saying, today you are in a fun mood with Insta filters. Yeah, okay. So they are called Insta filters. Yeah, I'm trying them for the first time, Kaveri. And yeah, I'm enjoying them. I think we all need to just enjoy, right? We all need to enjoy, learn, and be together in this journey. It's just fun together. On this note, I'm closing this live. Thank you so much for participating. Keep coming back, and week after week, keep sending in your questions. Keep learning, keep growing, and we are right here for you. For all of those who have not attended our courses yet, I invite you to the free introduction to our Women on Wealth flagship course, Money Gym. Women on Wealth Money Gym program. We are doing it. We are doing the free introduction on Sunday at 11 a.m. online. Please DM, get in touch, and see what is available for you if you work on your money life. Take charge, stay safe. I see you again with more lives which are coming up right ahead. Take charge, stay safe. Bye-bye.